Division I sports teams rely heavily on each other to communicate as one complete unit. But how does that happen when someone has trouble hearing? Conor Sprick, who is a breaststroker on the University of Evansville swim team, is hearing impaired, but yet he still competes at the highest level in college sports. This is how he interacts with his teammates and coach.
It was a great privilege swimming next to Conor. I got to swim next to him all summer long because him and I were the only ones in town. And we kind of adopted like our own little communication system. You know, everything that Ricky told me to swim, I had to, you know, use hand signals and be patient and help him like understand what we're doing. Like we have our own signal, you know, like this means we leave on top, you know, if we go inside, we'll touch our side. So it was a lot of fun.
It's interesting being an athlete next to Conor. Swimming is a unique sport. When you start an event, you have to listen to a starter tell you to take your mark and then a noise to tell you to go. So for Conor, it's interesting because he has to watch the official do a hand signal where he raises his hand and then lowers it because he's incapable of hearing.
People have a lot of fun with me because I misinterpret what they say and then it turns out something funny. I mean, everyone on the team knows what that is. My teammates are great. I love practicing with them.
You know, I think that at first I was a little worried about it just a bit, but I think once he got in here and he started doing everything everybody else did, it was no different. I think every once in a while we have to make eye contact a lot more often when we're giving out times and things like that. But overall, I think it's been a great job to have him. It's been a real big pleasure.
I don't see it being any more difficult to train with Conor. He's done a very good job at adjusting to his hearing ability and asking questions and watching the coach as he talks, so he has no problems understanding what's going on. And for most of our practices, everything's written on the board, so he can just read what's going on and can keep up just like everybody else.
Conor loves competition and I love competition, and we're both breaststrokers. So, you know, if one of us are down or maybe not quite hitting the times, that, you know, we'll keep, you know, pestering each other. We'll get each other moving again. I push him, he pushes me. It's awesome.
Swimming next to Conor has taught me to be more aware of everybody else's abilities and disabilities, to be more cautious of what other people's needs are, especially for Conor. You've got to be a little more patient with him sometimes when you're talking to him, and he doesn't always catch on to things the first time around, so just being patient and explaining things and understanding everybody else's needs, not just his, but there's other people with disabilities as well.
Swimming back in high school, I was a horrible fish back in freshman year, but I stepped up my game in senior year. I almost made the state, not quite, but I wanted to keep going because it's something I just love to do and it keeps me happy.
I think the biggest difficulty is explaining sets.
Communication, like especially with fun sets.
Just because the fact we do a lot of talking about how to do a set and what we want out of each set. And for that, I think we write things down a lot more. I think, again, like I said, a lot more eye contact, a lot more one-on-one, telling them beforehand what's going to happen.
Honestly, I think it makes me a little bit more focused because I don't have to worry about all the outside noise. So I don't have to listen to people yelling, complaining. Just like when you get in a race with my hearing disability, I could just zone in and focus. It's a great thing.
And when he has hearing aids in, you know, tell him this set's going to look like this. A lot more explanation than those kind of things, but I think he adapts really well. I think if you didn't know him, you wouldn't know that he's hearing impaired.
Like, I feel like it's really hard on me, but I like the challenge.
Conor has taught me not to take things for granted. Like, he asked me one day, what does the sound of a splash make? You know, it's something I've never really thought about before. It's something, you know, I hear every day, but it's just so normal. I don't really think of it being something special. And, you know, it was sad I couldn't, you know, quite explain to him what a sound of a splash makes. So yeah, definitely making me appreciate the little things a lot more.